In the pits, there's Pearson. Let's go down to Ned Jarrett, standing by with David Pearson.
They're changing the right side tires, of course, filling it up with gasoline.
I hope you're watching that right front tire, man. That's Leonard Wood. He's one of the best in this business.
Ned, the jack is about ready to go down. A little bit of a delay, and he moves out. It took him 14 7/10 seconds, and that is hard to beat, Donnie Allison.
It sure is, Ned. That's a fabulous pit crew.
Before there was multi-million-dollar pit departments, and we broke stops down to the thousandth of a second, and there was choreographed pit stops like clockwork, and we trained like athletes, and broke film down like football players. There's this man, Leonard Wood. Leonard, it's so great to have you today and to talk about pit stops.
Thank you very much.
Take me to the beginning, because we know that you revolutionized it, and we know kind of what you mean to the sport, but where did it all start for you guys?
Well, you know, 1960, it took Fireball Robinson smoker unit 45 seconds to change 2 tires and gas. John Cowley with Ford Motor Company says, I think it's time to be gained in the pits. So we kind of wanted to impress Ford. So we immediately began concentrating on the pit stops. And so right away, we was down to 25 seconds.
How did you knock 20 seconds off that quick?
First of all, the first one was a daggone 4-prong lug range. You know, you put a spin on the back part of it so it would spin fast, you'd hit it, you'd practice with that, but then we started power guns, you know, for one thing, and then we started recessing the studs, the end of it, so you could start it and it wouldn't cross thread. And then you had to put a spring in your socket to kick the lug out and all that. You got your tires changed, you're waiting on the jack. So I just bored the plunger out of the jack, you know, to speed it up to where it would come up in 2 pumps rather than 12. Now we can't get the fuel in. So you streamline the fuel system, suck the fuel in rather than just send that and go turbulent. So now you got a quick pit stop.
A feeling of contentment prevails in the pits of the Wood brothers. Only 2 cars are in the same lap, Turner and Pant, and both Fords are owned, repaired, and serviced by the Wood family.
There's 5 brothers, 5 Wood brothers.
Yes.
And you said there was only ever 4 of you at a time on the team. So how did you decide who did what on the pit crew?
All of my brothers had quick reaction, you know, so we just, you know, placed them. I was on the rear until Brother Ray retired, and then I moved to the front. But you just put them in place what fit the best.
I think about the amount of time in the last 19 years that I've been in NASCAR and doing pit stops, the amount of time that I've spent at pit practice and just studying film. But I always wonder what your guys' first pit practice, do you remember what your first pit practice was, getting all the guys together?
Well, when we started, you know, we practiced, but then, you know, when you practice back then, you get hurt, you know, and so we couldn't stand to lose one, you know. So we didn't practice until we removed somebody from one place to another to get it all worked out.
You spoke about going from the air gun to the jack to the fuel. What do you feel like is the most creative part you've ever built to solve a problem?
Well, I mean, I think a jack was the biggest thing when you speeded the jack up, and then, of course, the people that makes jacks saw it at Michigan, saw the thing coming up. Well, you know, the man that makes jacks knows how to make it fast or whatever.
It's still a thing we chase today. I mean, I think the speed's in the jack still.
And then I made a jack all out aluminum and didn't have no wheels on it. Just a slide.
Really?
And you'd slide the thing under, because sometimes there were wheels, if you had a narrow frame, it would turn over and all that. Delano wanted a short handle, and then he worked it faster.
Yep.
I remember one time we stopped, was pitting next to Junior Johnson, and Junior Johnson's jack broke. Well, his jack man reached over in our pits and grabbed our jack. Well, 1-pump jack plunger, you got to really just jam it, you know, raise up and just jam it, but you can't do it like this. He tried to jack it up, he thought it was locked up.
Oh, man.
Because if you don't really go at it, you can't pump a 1-pump jack plunger.
Let's shift gears to the modern era, right? Like, I know you're a competitor, 1,000%. So when you watch the 21 team, right? Vegas, they do a 9-second stop, the last pit stop of the race.
Yeah, I remember you changing them.
I'll tell you what, when I changed front tires on the 21, being a student of the sport and loving that car, and I'll take credit. I had a loose wheel to start Pocono, and it single-handedly won us the 99th race.
May pitted the first to do so on lap 13, took right sides only, and he had a vibration, so a loose wheel for Blaney. He had to come back in.
I'm going to take credit for that one, put us on a different strategy. Eddie will tell you that I've always taken credit for that one.
The winner at Pocono, Ryan Blaney for the Wood Brothers.
Wow.
What a race.
Wow.
You know, I know how hard it is to get a quick pit stop. To see these 9-second pit stops, I mean, of course, you only got one lug now, but they was down pretty close to that with 5, you know.
Yeah.
So when you was changing,
yeah.
you know, so it sure takes a lot of concentration, you know. Some people are just so accurate on hitting the lug.
Oh, yeah.
Just perfect, you know, and you always did a great job.
Appreciate that. When you look at pit stops today and you see the equipment, what are you most proud of the legacy that you guys left?
Well, I don't know. I'm just amazed at how quick y'all do it. I mean, what is it, like 4 seconds or something to drop a right front wheel?
If you're in the 3s or you're getting yelled at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we have some video that we're going to play on this screen back here of you guys doing a pit stop. You can walk me through it, and then today's pit stop, and we'll talk through it.
David Pearson brings the Purelator Mercury in, and the Wood brothers are on it.
It's really important nowadays, like, we get into how our fire suits fit, and the gloves are really important. Our gloves have to be SFI rated.
I never had gloves on.
How, were they not hot? I mean, I would burn my hands off doing this. I don't know if I don't even know how you guys did that. So were the tires?
I never did touch a wheel. I touched, you know, nothing but the tire.
Was there ever a driver that you remember that got in the pit stall better than anybody else or worse than anybody?
A.J. Fort was really good at coming in at the right spot.
There's a tough break developing here. Dave Marcus's car has stopped just short of AJ's pit, which means he has to do some fancy parking to get in. It's going to cost him 3 or 4 seconds to cut in sharply and then move away from the wall.
How about Pearson?
Pearson, you know, I broke my big toe. Brake drum fell off and hit my big toe, and so I had me a little old shoe made with a recess in it to let my big toe float. And I go to Riverside, and I told him about I was kind of handicapped. He's going to have to look out for me. But so he comes in the pits, and I'm coming around the front of the car. Well, he comes in right nice, and then he whips right back out and about hit me.
The worst is when they turn back out.
On him. He said, "Yeah, I about got you, didn't I?"
The right side work is done by this Wood Brothers crew. Now left side work is done. Sunoco Racing Fuel is plugged in. Jump in the nose. Boy, that looked like a good stop for Josh Barrett.
What do you see in this modern pit stop? Like, what catches your eye the most?
One thing, the tire he just kicked it back to the wall. I mean, perfect, looked like.
When he pulls it, I mean, that's the thing that's the most stressful, I think, part of this stop now is rolling that tire back to the wall because there is an inbounds and out of bounds. There's so many rules.
Yeah.
When you watch this, what do your eyes automatically go to? Does it go to the front changer or does it go to the jackman? Like, is there, because for me, I'm a front tire changer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I always watch the front tire changer because that was my position.
That's me.
You do the same thing?
Yeah.
Where do you feel in your prime, 30 years old, how do you feel you'd stack up with these guys right now if you had to do this?
Not too long ago, if somebody wanted me to go over and change tires, I could go over the first time and do it as quick as I ever did it. I feel like I could hit it the first time as good as I could the second.
And Leonard, I know that you guys did it to win races, but the footprint that you guys had and the thread that weaves us all together, I can't tell you how much I appreciate what you guys did and how you've moved the sport forward in the time that I've gotten to spend with you. So I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.